Hey ladies, it's Saturday night and you know what that means.
You want to get away.
Single Moms Lifestyle presents the Saturday Night Getaway.
Ooh. Hello. Ooh. Hey y'all.
Hey.
Hey everybody. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Welcome. Hey everyone. Of course, you are now tuned into Single Moms to Wife Saturday Night Getaway, and I am your host, Queen G, sitting here with my beautiful co-host, Miss Simply Lorraine.
Hey.
With all of that in the background, just give me so much feng shui. It's just life behind you, okay?
It's just me and my plants.
It's me and my plants. I like that. And tonight, we have back our very special guest, returning Mr. Will Jackson.
Absolutely. I'm here. Thank y'all for having me again.
Our male voice of reason tonight. Because, sometimes we can go there. Y'all, if it's your first time tuning in, thank you. Make sure you return and come back, because you are now tuned into the final show of the year. We ain't done. We'll be back next year, but this is the final show of 2021. So thank you for being here. Everybody else that is returning, we appreciate you guys so much. Show 33. Season 3, show 33. So we started in 2015. We are headed into 2022. That's so dope. So I'm really here for that. Thank y'all so much. Hey, Miss Jackson. I see you, boo. Please tag, like, share. If y'all get a chance to, make sure you tag your people, like, share. This is the last show, Jesus. So I am here for it. I'm excited about it. And I absolutely want to make sure that we are all in the know for what is to come for next year. So please tag, like, share. And what's going on, guys? How has y'all's life been? Uh-oh.
Nice.
We got a surprise. What? Hey, Brand. Okay, I can't say Brand. I'm sorry. He literally told me, Mom, don't call me that. Hello, HBK Rome.
How you doing?
Better, can I say son? I can't say that either.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Y'all, this is Brandon, known as HBK Rome. How are you, son? Can you give me some more light? I can't see you.
Yes, ma'am. I got you.
I might be the hat too. Okay, well, maybe he'll come back. But anyhow, I was asking, how's y'all week been?
I can't complain. It's been nice.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good.
It's been quiet. It's been calm. It's been nice. I took the past 2 days off. I took off Thursday and Friday. So
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I heard about that. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah.
I'm taking days off. Well, I'm taking days off.
You need to. It's good for you.
I'm taking me some days, okay? Will, what you been up to? I know y'all had a really special event last weekend.
We did. We had the baby shower. I'm sharing this. That's why I ain't looking at you right now. I'm just.
Oh, you good? Go ahead.
But there we go. All right, I'm done with that. We had the baby shower. The baby shower was amazing. It was love. Christmas sweaters and some good food.
Good food.
Yeah, we were blessed. The babies are blessed. It's good.
Oh, well, tell them Auntie Gwen got her gift on the way, and
For
it's the
sure.
one. It's the
I
one.
believe it. I believe it too. Let me tell you about my week though. My week for the past 2 weeks, this probably ain't got nothing to do with where we're going, but I just need to get this out.
Go ahead.
People been trying me.
Oh, they've been trying
I'm
you.
gonna breathe for you real quick.
They just be trying me. People just do what they, the first thing that come to their head. And I'll be like, no, don't do that.
Say please.
Don't do that.
Try Jesus.
There you go.
Not me.
Yeah. But I handle
Hold
everything
hands.
professionally. Exactly. But I didn't. I handled it professionally, I handled it business like, kingdom like, all of that. But it's always it's about your response in this season. This time right now, it's about your response. So
and I believe that.
Well.
Yeah, I truly believe that. Well, we're gonna keep praying and keeping you covered, and you are. We just gonna, add to the numbers and that. Peter Paul try them all.
Exactly. I like that.
So it's all good. Hey, daughter, Deanne, thank you for joining. Yes, Brendan was somewhere on here, but I don't know where he's at. So I think he's trying to get his life together. In the meantime and in between time, y'all know it's the season for me here at Royal Air. Actually, the call center and Royal Air, this is the season for me because all of the states where it's cold, nobody wants to work outside of the home. So everybody wants to work remote and stay in their warm pajamas and be great. So that has turned up. And then I have been team 7 days, no sleep, no breaks at all since before Black Friday. So I'm listen, who Jesus? Hey God, won't he do it?
Are you planning a break? You need to be planning a
I am, which is how we ended up with this being the final show for the year. So I can finish out the Christmas season and then go into the new year. And so we're actually not going to come back on air until February, which is almost originally was that our start date, February? Yeah, I believe so. So it'll put us right back at our year mark coming back in February. So I'm all of January team something like a break. I'll say that because I find something to do on my breaks. That's my problem. Yeah. When I'm supposed to be resting, I need to go to like the school of how to rest.
It's not easy, believe me.
It's not. Because I feel like I ain't doing nothing with my life when I'm resting. Like I ain't nothing. Nothing.
Because I literally had to tell myself Friday, like, you're all don't do that. Don't do that. Like I was getting ready to plan the whole day. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, so don't
like
do that.
Why are you gonna make yourself busy for 8 hours? You should have just went to work.
Yeah, just exactly. So I know I probably definitely will have the store, but right now I just want to focus on that, managing the call center, and we're just gonna take a breather. 33 shows is amazing during a pandemic and everything else that we shuffle in our lives. Thank you. So I do.
If I wasn't holding my phone, I'd clap.
Huh?
If I wasn't holding my phone, I'd clap.
Oh. Oh my God. Can you prop it up?
I don't know what. Let me see.
Okay.
I got you.
Oh my Jesus. He gonna get it together. In the meantime, it is December. I am not. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, HBK Rome. Thank you very much. It's December. I'm not going to attempt to name not one more person because I've been getting in trouble for naming people, y'all. Birthdays. My list, I tried, but I'm horrible. If it wasn't for Facebook, I would forget everybody except for me. So,
baby, listen, tell me about it.
Including my kids. So, including my children. So, happy birthday, December. Everybody in the month of December. There is two really, really, really special people, and I think I can get a pass with saying my sister Brandy and my brother Dan. Both of them, the baby brother and the oldest, were both born New Year's Eve. So those are really dope birthdays. I have to shout out. Okay. Happy birthday, December 31st to you two. I have no idea. I know we're going to do something, but and everybody in the month of December. Do y'all have any December birthdays that y'all want to stick y'all neck out there on?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
You gonna try your? See what I'm saying, Will?
Look, everybody I missed, I'm sorry.
Look, it's just try December. What's what we gonna call it, Will? Try December.
My aunt Lisa's birthday was on the 1st. Then there is my little cousin Melanie, my little cousin Nyla. Their birthdays are 2 days apart. Then Kaka's birthday is, I think, the other day, but they're celebrating it today. And then my friend Tarita's birthday is towards the end of the month. I think around the 28th, 29th. Yeah.
You did good. You did good. You better go, honey, with that memory. Will, what you got? You got any December birthdays?
I know 2 off the dome. That's all I'm gonna do. My mother-in-law, I know for sure. Her birthday, I believe, is on the I want to say the 3rd of December, and then my sister, her birthday is on December 5th. So
those two. Can't go wrong with them.
That's it.
Brandon, you got anybody? I'm sorry, HBK. Brandon, you got anybody in December?
He said HBK. I'm sorry, HBK Brandon.
Trying.
Oh God, I can't remember my birthday half the time.
For real.
So you don't know anybody in December?
Oh, besides TT, my AT.
Okay.
I did. Santa Claus. Guy's birthday.
Who?
Guy's birthday in December.
Oh, bless his heart. He's the baby. See what I'm saying?
I forgot what my niece Zakara's birthday is.
See? I told you don't do that.
Listen, I can't even listen.
I
need to use my calendar more. That's what I need to do.
I know. Then you really are officially old. So when you start writing birthdays down on the calendar, that's your sign. I refuse.
No, they were smart. That's how they remembered everything.
Yeah, I didn't say they wasn't smart. I said they was old, because that's a sure sign.
Call it what you want to.
They didn't forget nobody.
Not at all.
My week has been so bonkers, but it has been a blessing, and I just want to make sure that I thank everybody that has been supporting Royal Air in this season. Matter of fact, since we have opened 4 months before the pandemic, and we are in year 3. So I have so much to be thankful for. It's such a blessing. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And for everybody that's been giving and donating to the homeless for the hats, glove, blanket, warmers, all that drive. We appreciate you. We thank you so much. Sending food. We thank y'all so much. None of this other stuff means as much to me as it does to just be able to give back. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And we have a bit of a delay, and I got to make sure I fact check first. But y'all know last weekend which was a last minute thing. So we actually had to postpone the show, this topic, but we all went out to support my husband, Corey Poe, and his movie premiere, which is actually a series.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank y'all. It's phenomenal. He did amazing. It's called Huntress. So my view on it is it kind of reminds me of a series about soul ties.
Okay.
And I want y'all to watch it and tell me what y'all think. We'll have to come back and we'll have to discuss it. But he did amazing. So he's in the first season. He's in the first season, episode 2.
Okay.
And he is Mr. Brennan, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all will know him when y'all see him, but he actually had a good little part. It was a scene. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a scene. So,
okay.
But y'all tell me how you like it, and I'm very, very, very proud of him. This is what he's just amazing at. He's just good. If you ever heard him talking over the radio when we were in Atlanta, or even on the show, his voice is just very demanding, inviting. So all of the above. So he's definitely in the right vein, in his lane, and we're proud of him. So y'all check that out. I was trying to look up the date, and then I got into the whole kudos thing. But they pushed the date back. It was supposed to air on the 15th. Amazon and Fantasy. That's where you can watch it.
Okay.
Amazon and Fantasy. So check that out. And it has been pushed back to air now, January 8th of 2022. So if you're going to mark your calendars, but I'll be posting and promoting. Y'all look out for Huntress. It's really, really good. HBK, how your week been, baby?
It's been pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
What you been up to?
Nothing much. Got my second LLC. Easy Beat Transportation.
What?
So that's all I've been working on.
That's really dope. Excited.
I don't know if you wanted to tell them what else we got going on, but we do got another thing going on.
We are. Y'all, this is my child. Do you hear me? I'm telling you, but it's all right, because as long as he can get his engines rearing, I'm finna rear back. But we do. So he's home for his holiday vacation, and he's still hitting the ground running. So we are looking to open up a barbershop and salon.
Okay.
Which will also include a nail tech. So I have like other projects going on, but this one, I'm a silent partner. That's a different show, y'all. We're gonna have to have a conversation of what me and him understand of that. But anyhow, I'm supporting my baby because of all the things that he could be doing. He's leaping in the right direction for me. So that's good enough. And that definitely is going to bring us into tonight's show, the topic, which is, Will, what's the topic?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Let's talk about it.
Brandon, you ready for that topic?
I think so.
What's up, B?
No, how you doing?
I'm good, man. You might not remember me, but I'm Will, man. We was at Trinity together at church a minute ago, but
I remember you.
Yeah.
Good. I just wanted to say what's up to you, man. Go ahead, Miss Queen. I'm sorry.
You good. I'm sorry. Y'all didn't get a chance because he had some technical difficulties. But who's your daddy? Who your daddy, Brandon?
Ellery Jerome Willis.
Straight like that.
I can't play cannot play. I cannot. He said, I'm glad you said that because I'm sure our viewers, hi cousin Camille, are pretty much probably wanting to know where we going with this, Will. So I'm excited to dive into that. Everybody that's watching, if you could please like, tag, share. This is our final show of the year, show 33, and we are so excited to take a break. Just to take a little break. But we are excited about what's to come for next year. So we're definitely going to use January to just, dive into and set it all up and be come back a little better, a little stronger. But, Will, before we get into that, though, I made a post about this holiday season. I don't know about anybody else, but I was talking to the co-host and guest speaker behind the scenes, and I was just saying I am so over. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm over the season. I'm just over gifts and stressing about the meal, the dinner, the tradition. I'm over the tradition. Is that safe to say? I'm over the tradition. I want to do something different. I want to. Last year we did pajamas, so I'm thinking like I want to do maybe ugly Christmas sweater, like y'all did for the baby shower, and I just want to play games with my family. I just want to enjoy my family. I don't want to have to be out in these streets, not streets, in these streets with all these people and looking for gifts when we gift each other all year long. I love on everybody all year long. And I just want to start my own tradition that does not consist of things. I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in the materialistic portion of the celebration of Jesus's birthday, of what we're of Christ. And we get so entangled in the tradition, it's just we lose sight, and with COVID and so many people passing and being sick. And in this week, I've dealt with that with my family, like back to back to back. And it just hit me like none of that matters, none of that matters. I have my 84-year-old grandmother, and if you guys are not aware, she's definitely battling with dementia. Some people, have family members going through Alzheimer's, and it's just a disease that is so unfair. It is really hard on the individual. And just to see the strongest woman I've ever known in my entire life beat all odds in her day. I want to say Granny was born in 37. Don't quote me on that. But first female Black surgical tech to come up out of her town, her small little country town. Took care of 8 kids, raised us. I don't really remember not living in grandma's house longer than I remember living outside. Just always there for me. She was there at every last one of my children's birth. Never missed a beat. So I've been dealing with that. And for me, I realized like the gift is still having these people with us. I have friends and family. They're not celebrating Christmas. They can't buy a gift. There's not a gift that you can give them if you cannot give them their grandmother or their mothers or their fathers, or their family members that they lost behind the pandemic or, within the past year or two. It's just been rough. So before we get into our combo, I just wanted to be able to really put that out there. And I know I posted it, but I wanted to say it. I am choosing to give the gift of love, unconditional love. So it'll keep on giving. It's a gift that'll keep on giving. I just don't want everybody, if you tuned in, don't stress it. Like, it's all good. We here. We made it. I almost said the other part, but I left it out, y'all. Y'all see the pause?
Yes, ma'am.
Ninjas, we made it. We made it. We here. So, absolutely, Mrs. Jackson. And it is tough. It's definitely tough. So, I really do. I want to make sure that we are able to put the attention and the love and the energy where it belongs. I know with people with little kids, it's one thing, especially if you start the tradition, but you can always start your own. You know what I mean? Something that they become accustomed to that, it suits your family. That's my biggest thing. Whatever suits your family, whatever works for you all. And that's the thing. We have to realize that our blueprints did the best they could, but we all have the option to start and create our own traditions. I ain't doing no more ham, turkey, none of that.
Yeah, that's real.
I want some lasagna. Taco salad.
For real. We having crab legs.
You see what I'm saying?
Steak. Put some steak on the grill.
Oh, I love steak. I could do steak. So start your own tradition, but whatever you do, just do it in love. That's my thing. So in soapbox. But on to the next. Tonight's topic. Hot topic. Who's your daddy? I think I've been posting that wrong too. I've been thinking who's the daddy, but either way, yours or the. Sometimes it needs a the. I'm gonna cut it out. Listen, well, so you were on, and the last show actually that we did, you were on. I'm so glad we waited for you because you made so many powerful statements, and used so many words of wisdom. But that one hit me down in my shana. I was like, oh God, he might be on to something. And I like that. So I wanted to come back around to it because I know that we are definitely living in a season, a day and age where there are a lot of things that are birthed from miseducation, from lack of spiritual knowledge, from lack of wisdom, from, like we were just saying, some blueprints that just did not get it right. We'll say that. So there's so many things that are birthed from a lot of different areas and a lot of different places outside of where it should come from, which is the creator, which is what it was, which is what we all, where we all should go when it comes to vision, when it comes to purpose and serving. Our purpose should always be confirmed by our creator. And again, this is my opinion. I am not a preacher, pastor, or professor. I mean, I could be a professor, but I'm just saying, no. But this is my opinion. And so when you made that statement, I was like, okay, we're circling back around to that. And it just kept nudging. And I said, this is the next topic. Pirech. It's the next topic, which is why HBK Rome was on here, and hopefully he'll come back. I don't know what happened. But we know, listen, we're not in nobody's studio. And even if we was, technical difficulties do happen.
Absolutely.
So we're going to keep the ball rolling, and prayerfully he'll be able to come back in. But I was just talking to some of the younger guys, family members, cousins, associates that are actually even in the music industry. And we'll start there because I know you know a lot about that, Will.
Absolutely.
And you and the missus. But we know that it's just one of those things where sometimes, you know, what's being put out there, you're not really sure no more where it's coming from. But I want you to tell me, when you made that statement, what did you have in mind? Because that's what I got from it.
Being who's your daddy, when I asked the question again, I got the statement was originated from Dr. Connie Williams. And she asked us at church, and she was just describing and elaborating on all of these things that happen in life and that are birthed, children, dreams, businesses, marriages. All of these things are birthed out of ourselves. And essentially, our DNA is God's DNA, or of God's DNA. And so when we start birthing things into the earth, which we don't own, which we are made of, then the DNA, the earth doesn't respond how it's supposed to respond as it would to the creator. When millionaires or people in general talk to people on the same level, it's not really the same conversation as it would if you were talking to somebody who you are aspiring of, or who you admire, or something like that. So it's the same. So there's a different level of respect. There's a different level of thinking. Even if you don't agree with what God says, you at least respect what he says.
Right,
and so it's the same thing with who's your daddy. You know, we birth all of these things out, and it's coming from us, and it has our DNA. So the earth doesn't respond how the earth should respond, as if it were birthed out of God. So that's what that means in a nutshell.
Okay. I wasn't too far off. I promise.
No, you was right. You was absolutely right.
Listen, I never got a chance to hear you explain that, but it caught me, like I said, in my Shana, as Keita B say. And I was like, whoa. Simple Ray, when you heard that, what came to mind?
I said we got to talk about it. That was the first thing that came to mind, because literally since then, in the conversations we've had, you know, in between shows, just little tidbits here and there. I was talking to my son the other day, and I would have, before I heard that statement, I would have never said taking the path of least resistance. And what I meant by that, when I said that to him, is when you are walking in your purpose, the path God has for you, then it will be your path of least resistance. Not everybody's, but your path, your personal path of least resistance, meaning that, not saying it ain't gonna be hard, that you're not gonna have trials and tribulations, that it's gonna be just super easy, because no, that's a lie. But you have backup. You're in his will. So you're going to have the strength that you need to see it through. You're going to have the thought process that you need to see it through. It's not going to be as hard as some of the things that you're literally trying to force to happen. And then basically whether it be relationship, whether it be job, whether it be something that you always wanted to grow up and be, and it just crumbles in your hands, because it's not for you.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, I can tell the difference. I said this before. There's a time when God will always give you the vision. And a lot of times I can say I've done this before, trial and error. when I get the vision, because I'm not someone, this is where my husband and I are a great balance, because he's an analyzer. He's got to analyze, and he's starting with the worst case scenario. And we might work our way up to what if. You understand? So, but I'm a leaper. You know, my faith is so radical that all I need is to know and hear God give me the vision, or, you know, I'm sorry, I just need to see the vision that God has given me. And I used to. But what life had to teach me is he'll give you the vision and then he'll give you the provision. I'm sorry, he'll give you the vision, the goal, and then the provision. Mm-hmm. I never waited for the goal. It was vision and I'm out. You know what I mean? But I had to wait for the goal, because the goal means that he had prepared me. And sometimes when we put ourselves in a situation where, first of all, it's not even your vision, I feel like that's what I'm seeing a lot of in ministry and in entrepreneurship. I see a lot of, I want her vision, I want his vision, and I'm gonna make it my own. You understand what I'm saying? But it does not quite work that way, because I was saying today, I believe we're all purposed for our seasons. I believe that purpose can change. But if it's not God conscious, which is what I believe you're saying, Will, if it's not God conscious, if it's not God birth, if it's not something that's God ordained, not man. Oh, can we talk about it? Mm-hmm. Not man ordained, God ordained. You know, a lot of man ordains a lot of things nowadays. People, places, and things. Can I say that? Is that safe?
It's your show.
Yeah, help me now.
We don't have to be safe. Not today.
Yeah. I didn't check to see where my shut mouth grace battery was today. So before the show,
she said battery. No, she didn't.
I don't know how much juice I got left. So y'all help me on tonight.
Okay.
So would you say, Will, that's what you see? That's where, you know, a lot of people. What is now I'm fighting for words, because now I want to be right. I want to say it right. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are struggling with, you know, just not being able to depict and be able to confirm the come from, where it's coming from, who it's coming from, because the world is so loud right now. Mm-hmm. Is that safe? I could say that. Okay.
That's safe to say.
Okay.
What's the question? So I answer it.
So
right.
My question is, what are you seeing that is the problem with this particular topic? People not knowing where it derives from.
Simple as that. People not knowing. People. It's human nature to not trust what you cannot see. So, you know, you can't trust God because you don't see him. And that's some people's mentality. And so they feel like, I got to do this. I got to do this on my own. And I got to make this happen. I got to do this. And you end up burning yourself out. You end up losing money. You end up all of these different types of things. And we try to say like, oh, it's just in the plan. And it's like, no, that wasn't really in the plan. You went outside of the plan.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know, human nature again. It's just human nature to people do all kind of crazy things, man. Sometimes I can't even explain why people do what they do, and when they do it. The timing of sometimes when people do things is incredibly interesting. Since we using our grace words, it's incredibly interesting at the timing that people do things. Like you said, you wait on the go.
Yeah.
And that was incredible that you said that you do wait on the go, but in it also, you also have to make the move.
Yeah.
And so in order to actually make the move, you got to have some kind of security within yourself saying, okay, yeah, like you and God got to be on
yeah.
y'all got to be like connected. You know what I'm saying? Like it just got to be like that, so you feel comfortable making a move.
Yeah.
You feel comfortable making the move, and you know what I'm saying, you don't necessarily know what's going to happen next or anything like that, but you do know that I don't have to necessarily wait on. A lot of people say, I'm just waiting on God, I'm just waiting on God. And if you have two people waiting, nobody's moving.
Thank you. That is absolutely not the formula. It is faith without works.
It's dead.
Dundada. Okay.
Yeah.
It dundada. You have to go. You have to go, because a part of going for me is taking that leap of faith, trusting. But again, there's a lot that's being done, I think, without consulting.
Absolutely.
Without seeking him, without removing all of me, Lord, and filling me up with your spirit so that I can see this thing the way you see it, without allowing him to spearhead it. And the one thing that I will say, and I'm going to stand firm on this because he put it down in my spirit earlier part of this year, not too long ago, actually. People don't fear anything anymore, and they don't fear God. Because if you did, think about it with your parents, your mom, your dad, your granny, aunties, uncles, whoever it is raised you, that really somebody that put the fear of God in you. Before, when you were in their presence, before you did anything you was unsure of, what did you do first? You asked.
Yeah.
You asked. But if you don't care if what you're doing has a consequence or not, if you don't care if what you're doing affects anybody else in your circle, in the world, that's that's how deep my thought process on this went. Because I see that's what I'm seeing. It doesn't matter. And again, the reason why I asked HBK Rome on, and it was a couple of other younger guys in the music industry, because it's like, what is your purpose?
That's what I was. It's funny that you reeled me back into that, because the first thing that
he turned his hat to the back. It just got serious. All right.
Into my mind.
How do you see? Turn the hat to the back. It just got serious.
So, like, with fear, and especially in music. I'm a musician, for anybody that's watching that does not know. And my wife is a musician. We both are musicians.
You are.
Beautiful.
But in that realm and in that space, there is a highlight of a certain life or a certain lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And so I started to see people who were successful in this lifestyle, and they were alone. And they were fearful of being alone. And I was like, well, why don't they be with somebody? But it was the fear of not still being successful. And so now we have a whole different mindset, thought pattern of success in the music industry.
Wow. Wow.
And so then I started to see people like Gucci. I started to see people like Waka Flocka. Started to see people like Zaytoven. Started to see people like Tank. All four of those men are extremely, extremely blessed. One, but all four of those men are also married.
Oh, wow.
All four of them. Gucci's married. Zaytoven is married. Tank is married. Who's the other person I said? Waka Flocka is married.
Yeah.
And so we have this imagery of what success is and this fear of losing. Oh, I'm going to be losing money. I'm going to be losing connects. I'm going to be losing a woman or you know, a good time. Or I'm going to be losing all of this when at the end of the show, after Zaytoven got his 50 racks for DJing, he's going home to his wife.
Period.
Waka Flocka's going home to, I think her name is Tammy. Zaytoven going to his wife. Tank is going to his wife, the man that sing about sex.
Love and pain.
You
Not
feel
that
me?
I know the album, I'm just saying. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Sex, Love, Pain 1 and 2. Savage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's this it's a whole misconception. And you know, it's where you want to be. What you really want to do. You can still be in this thing and still do it a certain way. It can still be done a right way. I'm not saying that Gucci was perfect. I read both of Gucci's books. He's nowhere near perfect. But he at least got to a place of in the mental. He had a certain mentality that's saying, hey, man, this woman's sticking. First of all, she's sticking around. She's sticking around. She's not fearful, because that's what we're talking about. She's not fearful of this lifestyle, because it is a certain lifestyle that comes with that travel, not being able to see your family. It's Christmas time. We don't. They on tour. You know, so there is a certain lifestyle that comes with this, but she is not fearful of that. Zena Foster, I believe, is Tank's wife. They're not fearful of him being a sex symbol.
Right.
So, you know, you start fearing. The spirit of fear is already not even ours to possess anyway.
Right.
But you start fearing this stuff that's made up in your mind. And you start missing out on little things that God's trying to get you to have in order for the next step. Had Gucci not been married, he'd still been in Alabama somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He still would have been in Atlanta, in trouble, in jail, dead.
Yeah. Do you think that the support system, do you think that who you're connected to in your circle plays a big part in how you pursue your calling in a manner that is effective? Because that's what bothers me. And I feel like, again, I'm going to go back to this, when it's God ordained, when he has put his stamp of approval on it, when he's all up in it, I think that it comes across very different. Clearly, we know in the church word is just anointed, no matter what realm, you know, I'm sorry, what genre of music you're in. I think there is a difference. Again, going back to this, the rap and these upcoming rappers and all of that, I'm paying attention to what, I'm not really a rap person. Let me just say that. I'm sure y'all not surprised, but what I pay attention to is, what are you saying? Am I the only one?
No,
I need to know what I'm putting in my shanana and my spirit. What are you saying? Not only what are you saying, why are you saying it, and who is your daddy? Who are you saying it for?
I think there's a fear of leadership,
or lack of as well.
there's definitely a lack of, but there's also a fear. Even in it, we ain't gonna talk about the church. I'm not gonna talk about the church.
She said, "We're not. Are you talking to yourself? Well, we can hear you."
Yeah.
We can hear you.
People, they get offended by like talking truth about the church, and it's like, whatever.
Well, guess what? That ain't my rule. So you gotta do what you do when you do what you do. You can't be offended by if you ain't in denial. But I mean, go ahead, sir.
So there's a fear of leadership, and there's as well as a lack of leadership. But my wife is laughing. That's really funny. But the fear of leadership, man, just makes you. That's what fear does. It grips you, and it holds you from saying, I gotta talk about sex, drugs, and money.
Oh, cool.
I can't go. You know what I'm saying? Gucci wrote a book. They always say that if you want somebody to find out the deepest, darkest secrets and all of the secrets to making money and all, I got 50 Cent book, I got Rick Ross book, I got Diddy book, because I need to know what my brothers. They're my brothers.
Yeah.
I don't know them, but they're my brothers.
Right.
I need to know how they got to where they got to.
Right.
The mentality of being what they were to being married in the rap game. To still being a musician at the church. Zaytoven played the organ at his church to this day.
Oh, wow.
To this day. And so how do we balance that? No fear. I just answered my own question. Wow. We balance that with no fear.
With no fear. Yeah. But again, being understanding, and I think that's the thing. We still got to get back to understanding the you know how they in school when, where, why, what, whatever it was. Yeah, that it's the why. You know what I mean? For me, it's the what for me. And even the when. You know what I mean? There are so many things that are aspects that actually have to be taken into account when we're talking about who is birthing this thing. Where is this thing coming from? I mean, go ahead, Simple Lorraine.
When we talking about, like you just said, it's still anointed no matter what genre or music. That's the thing about God. When he gives you gifts and talents, there's yours. He don't take them from you if you go the wrong direction. They're yours too. Sure. And it's your choice on how you decide to use them, whether you use them for his glory or you use them for your own benefit or you use them for somebody else's benefit. I mean, those gifts belong to you. They're your gifts and talents.
Yeah. They are, but understanding that, and I agree, and of course we know that to me is what has become out of control, which is why this was a big deal for me, because this topic stuck out to me for that reason. It's out of control. I think people are misusing, however you want to word it, their gifts and talents. And at the end of the day, what purpose is it serving? For likes? You understand? For following? For, who? Why?
You mentioned something about the connection piece. I did, and I can talk about myself. I ain't scared of myself. I did a live the other day, and essentially I was bleeding my hurt out on the people.
Oh wow.
And I didn't see it. This was when I did the live. Maybe yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. Thursday. It was Thursday. I did the live on Thursday. And I was bleeding hurt on people, and I didn't know it at that moment. I just realized it that particular verbiage. I was bleeding on the people today, but I had about the connection piece. My wife, as soon as I got done with the live, she told me, she said, I didn't like it.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we get real. See that we get real in the Jackson household. And she said, I didn't like it. And we had a conversation and she was just like, it wasn't you. Like, it literally wasn't you. And to this topic, it was something that I wanted to do. I convinced myself that God wanted me to get it out. And like you said, is this for likes? Is this for whatever this is? Is this for attention? If this is for the truth, all of that. Yeah, it could be right. It was out of a right place. I was speaking truth, but he didn't birth it. Mm-hmm. And so when you have people that you are connected to for real, who aren't scared of you, who are willing to still invest with you and spend time with you and lay down with you and all of these things, be intimate with you, all of that, they should also be willing to tell you, no, that wasn't from him.
Yeah. Absolutely. Ooh, we finna get somewhere now.
Yeah.
That's like, you gotta be, and for her as a woman, as a wife, she's got to be able to be connected, one, with him, and then two, we have created a safe enough space to where we're not offended.
Right.
This doesn't offend me.
Ooh, I felt that.
We don't have I think she talked about boundaries. We don't have boundaries in our marriage. We have respect in all areas, but there are no boundaries. Nothing is off limits for talking, for a conversation, for your thought pattern, for, like you said, the why. Why do you think like that? Why did you say that? Nothing is off limits. So we can really get an understanding. And so when people come to us in the grocery store, when people call us, all of these things, do Bible study, whatever, in church, have conversation like this, we can really have an authentic answer. We're not fearful of the truth.
Right.
Because we've got it already. And so that was something that I had to accept. I made a mistake. Lord, forgive me. But I'm able to say, okay, that wasn't him.
Yeah.
And be okay with it. Like, that's it. It wasn't him.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I know that you don't want to mention it, but I didn't say that. I see that a lot in the church. Here's the thing, like Simply Ray said, your gift is your gift.
Yeah.
Your gift is your gift.
Thanks.
How you choose to operate in it is on you. So Angela posted, like she said, it was you in that moment. That's whom you chose to be. And we see that a lot with people, not only in the church, not only, we're not going to talk about just simply, dealing with people, that are of the clergy. We won't limit it there, but across the board, because leadership is everywhere, and everybody has a purpose, but everybody is not operating in the spiritual, I'll say, aspect of their purpose. A lot of time your flesh get in the way. You get in the way of your purpose. And I believe what the topic tonight is saying is, when you get in your way, when you get in the way of your purpose, it's not sustainable. For me, I can't speak for nobody else, but I know that when God is in it for me, that's what sustains me. So I'm always trying to let me not say trying, because I'm trying to be intentional about my words. I am conscious about making sure that I am on his path, not my own. Because I gets in the way. I am making sure that my children are on his path and not my own. As parents, we have our ideas of what we want our children to be. when they grow up and who we want them to be, and we forget they're temporarily not ours, created not by us, just given permission to govern over them for a little while.
Absolutely.
But to get back to, like you said, as far as the real DNA, their DNA is what God purposed them to do. It's not your 23 chromosomes, Will, and Dalicia's 23 chromosomes. It's what God purposed them to do. And when we allow them, there is a season where your children and God will have to make a direct connect, where you are going to have to still be just that added prayer warrior. You know what I mean? You can intercede all day, but interrupt. Ooh.
Did you say that? Did you just say interrupt?
Interrupt the process. We absolutely cannot do. Y'all, listen. When I tell you, my mama,
mind your
look,
business.
my mama right here. I was looking for you, mama.
Yeah.
It is the hardest thing in the world to do. I'm gonna say it again, y'all. Y'all know I'm in my season. Listen, this my God. This my God. Mind your business. It's the hardest thing in the world to do. Mind your business, even in the sense of you.
Absolutely.
In what you think is your business with you. No.
You got to do that.
Okay. Simple Lorraine, talk to me, baby.
I'm kind of listening this evening.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on it though.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
Just mind your business. That's just it. I think life would be so much easier. You know what I'm saying? If we literally allowed ourselves just to be who God has called us to be.
I went to, y'all know we go to church on Saturdays, and we had a guest speaker today, and he said, Bishop Will Thornton from Detroit, he said, if the enemy can't stop you from doing the will of God, he will get in the will of God with you and make you do it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Ooh.
That's good. Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Now and that's literally all of what we've been talking about. Fear.
Yeah.
The DNA. Mm-hmm. Making the right decisions. Being leadership. Mm-hmm. All of that in just that statement alone. Yeah. And doing it the wrong way. Can you imagine being in the will of God and it's set up the right way for you and you're like literally just doing it the wrong way?
That's it.
Like just marriage not working, can't ever keep a job, attitude still hot on fire, still slick at the lip, still thinking crazy, still want to commit suicide. Like all of this stuff, and you praying, you living right, but it's just the wrong way. Like your heart not right, your mind really not in this. You're not doing this for even the right reasons. A lot of times we have wrong intention.
Right.
Wrong intention, wrong execution.
Right.
What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I literally used to also say that for me in my life, it's like I skipped so many steps, but when I got but so high, I end up finding myself having to go back down.
Yeah.
All those steps and the ones I skipped in order for me to get to where I wanted to be, I had to touch Every last step, Alicia, I had to stop ignoring the directions of the recipe. I literally had to touch every step. I got there, but I couldn't stay there, and I couldn't go higher. I couldn't go further.
Yeah.
Because again, it was me taking me. It wasn't God taking me. You understand? And so I get that. And at the end of the day, there is, you can take a shortcut all day long, but every shortcut don't get you there the fast way. My sister Brandy, she is so goofy. So she called the other day driving home from work. She's a truck driver. She was driving home from work and she said, I just realized something. She said, I was talking to myself. She said, I realized that in life, she said, driving on the highway is how people live their life. She said, everybody want to go in the fast lane, but everybody has the same idea to jump in the fast lane to get there quicker. But you really ain't going nowhere because it starts to get backed up. You understand, where it starts to break your speed down and you're not going anywhere fast. She said, but if you go and you look and you jump in the slow lane, ain't nobody over there. So you really free to move with no interruptions. You ain't got to keep hitting the brakes because nobody's in the slow lane. She said, and if you think about it, which lane does most of the accidents happen in?
Fast lane.
I said, girl, you might have said something. She said, I said something. I said, that was good, honey. That was good. That is how we are in life. And that is what I see this next generation. And when I say next, I'm speaking, 18 and older. I just see them, everybody's in the fast lane. And I got to take a moment to literally, I won't go into detail, but I got to give Brandon kudos, because it's not the businesses, it's not the KSU, it's the fact that this young man said, Mama, it's too fast out there. For this break, I'm going to take a minute and regroup and get grounded. He said, because I got stuff to do. That's huge. At 18 years old, and you've been in Calhoun, a small little town, since you were in middle school. And you get back over towards the city. He all in Midtown. He living his best life, okay?
I'm already doing.
Car, money, dorm. But he had enough. He was God conscious enough to get back to his why. It's one thing to have a purpose. It's another, like you said, Will, to serve that purpose right. Mm-hmm. And too many people want to be right and not right.
Mm.
That's the problem I see. You're so busy wanting to be right, you don't want to be right.
I think the what a part of that is God allowing this generation to have what it is that they think they want.
Up to us. I'm listening.
So God is God, and we don't know what God is thinking. And so we like, man, God, why dude, he just straight out of college? Why he got a Benz? I didn't get a Benz till I was
never. I ain't never. I still know.
You know what I mean? Like 35. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you do that, Lord? You know? And it's just they still, you got to have that moment of like Brandon had, and I'm gonna reach out to Brandon because it's something that I want him to be a part of. But it's just that moment where you feel empty and you got everything, and it's like, hold on, money don't make me feel like this. Another LLC don't make me feel like, hold on, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Still got my mama. You know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of tragedy going on in life, but you know, for the most part, we good.
Right.
I'm saying we're not on the street. You know what I'm saying? We giving to the homeless. Ain't nobody giving to us.
Right.
So there's that, like you said, that God conscious. Once you lose that God conscious, you are in a very dangerous place. Dangerous and empty.
Yeah.
Dangerous and empty. I think empty is what we should really keen in on. But there are few in number like Brandon and myself that are like, yeah, man, it's cool out there. But
lonely in there as well.
Yeah. Lonely out there.
Surrounded by a house full of people and be literally
lonely.
Bored. Like, how am I bored at a party?
Yeah. Because you're not connected with nothing there. There's nothing really there for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying, you know, I don't think we saying that you just got to be in Bible study every night. You know what I mean? We ain't saying that, but there's that's why it's super important to fast. And I ain't even gonna go like totally deep into that, but just from the little, because I don't know everything about it, but just from what I do know, that's why it's extremely important to fast, so you can, and again, I love to share what I learned. It's extremely important that you're able to disconnect from the earth. That's what fasting allows you to do. When you're not or when you haven't fasted, you are not necessarily of the world, but there are things that your flesh is more willing to do.
Okay.
And so when you fast, it's like, all right, I can't do that. And so you start detaching slowly. I'm off Instagram. I'm not going to watch TV. I'm going to pray for 30 minutes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to read. And so we start getting further and further away while doing what's right.
Right.
And so then we ask the question, what's your destination?
Yep.
Where you trying to be?
Yes, that is the $1 million question of the night. What is your destination?
We done asked a whole nother question.
Yeah, we did.
What is your destination? I mean, it is, but at the end of the day, if it's coming from the right place, then you'll know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? If it's not coming from the right place, then that's the reason why I said it's important to, I can't speak for everybody, but I have had to do it more often than seldom. Get back on course.
Yeah.
Get back on course. We stray, we fall, we get back up. Get back on the path.
I literally just told y'all that I said I literally just told y'all that I was off course and not confident in myself just 2 days ago. Literally just 2 days ago. So this getting back on course thing, that's daily. Paul says daily I crucify my flesh.
Right.
This is every single day that I'm trying to do what's right. So we're not saying that it's easy by any means.
Right.
I'm 2 days fresh. So
he said I'm 2 days fresh.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like so it's not a secret. It's not a guessing game. No, you gonna mess up. I'm gonna tell you. You don't have to guess.
Yeah.
You're gonna mess up.
Definitely.
Right.
But you got to be able and strong enough mentally. You got to be strong enough in your foundation. You got to be strong enough and secure. I'll say the last one, secure enough within your
Yes.
to say, okay, self, you was wrong. But okay, self,
Right.
we can do this. We can still go back and help the people. We can still go back and speak life to ourselves, to our situation. We can still do that. Yeah, I was down for a minute and it hurt. You know, I had to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make a mistake.
Yeah.
So I can learn from it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And I think a lot of people, again, when you I just love how you worded checking that it's the DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Because Simply Ray, I know you'll be able to chime in on this one. A lot of times, especially our children, they're checking for the wrong DNA, and they are wanting to mimic or excuse the behavior of the wrong DNA. You understand what I'm saying? My daddy did it, that's why I do it, or that's why I'm gonna do it. My mama did it, so that's why I do it. That's why I'm gonna do it. That's why it's okay.
Yeah.
That's the wrong DNA. If we're being technical about this conversation,
Mm-hmm.
it's the wrong DNA.
I know you want to talk to me. Go ahead, Simply.
Okay, I want to go back.
Go ahead, though. Either way,
a minute ago, Mr. Jackson, when you said that, oh man, like when you just said that, I want to bring in it's the relationship. Also being understanding that it's not just about church, it's literally a relationship with your creator. Like you have a relationship with anybody else in your life. Just being able to have alone time with him, being able to, sit in a quiet space so that you're not always trying to fill all these spaces. Like Brandon just said, he came home and he's like, okay, it's too fast out there. He's able to see the distractions.
Yeah.
He was able to recognize, like, yeah, that's way too much right there. Let me get grounded. Having a relationship so that you can stay grounded, so that you can build a foundation which you can build the rest of your life on.
Yeah. Yeah.
To that, I'm gonna go backwards. To that, that's just the system. The system would want you to get straight out of high school and be low. Not gonna tap into that.
It's gonna trip y'all out. Wait, but I'm a inbox. I'm a what's it called? DM'd it. Oh, however y'all say, I'm an inbox. What this gonna trip you out? What you just said and how he worded it, what he sent.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So that's definitely the system. That's what the system will want you to do. Straight out of high school, get lost. Two, going backtrack. What you said about level, or what I said, and you reiterated about intimacy and relationship. I stated this earlier, and I said God's love is what it is. God's love is love. He loves everybody, but there are different levels of love. There are different levels of intimacy. You do not, once you start dating somebody, because this is a relationship, you do have intimacy with God. It's conversation back and forth. You begin to express more to somebody that you're deeper in love with, and vice versa. So if God absolutely, he loves you, but if he knows that there's some disconnect in y'all's relationship, do you think that he's going to be giving you everything that somebody loves you or that's in love with you will give you?
Say that.
So I'm dating, hypothetically, and the first date, I buy Shorty a car. That makes no sense at all. But if I'm dating her for 2, 3, 4 years, 5th anniversary, we done got married at 2 years. So 5-year anniversary, then I get you a car. Now we're at a different level of love where I can express this to you. It's deeper. You mean I want you to ride around in this. I want to show you off. Now I got my name on the back of your license plate. And it's the same thing that God would do.
Yeah.
He would show you off if we done made it 5 years consistently.
Right.
If we've been on good terms. Have you been on good terms with God?
That's a good question.
Can he buy you a car, hypothetically?
Right.
Can he buy you a car and put God did this on the back of it?
Right.
Or are you going to put bricks on the back of it?
Right. You might be at bike status. Or you probably at hoverboard status. Get your life. It's just to get your life.
Just say that. But that's a good one. You're right. You might just need a good mountain bike.
Right? Not a mountain bike. I like that.
The Lord brought you
some rough terrain. You might be able to do that.
Wow, the Lord sponsored the mountain bike.
You can customize license plates on your bike. Now
it's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah,
but you are absolutely right, and I love how the analogy you just gave is phenomenal, and it is. It's so. It's levels to this, you know what I mean? People want. I always say, and they called us microwave generation. What's faster than a microwave? Because that's what generation Y, X, Z, whatever they call them, you, all that. That's what they are. It's just like, no. I mean, they want it so fast. And that is one thing I'm really trying. I'm being intentional with my children. Like, walk the dog. Go through something. Fail. Sure. Because that is actually how you win.
How you learn.
Take your time. Yes, you can ask God all the questions you want to ask him. You can ask him along the way. So God, if I do that, listen, I am the craziest woman on earth right now that probably talks to him about everything like we are sitting here talking now. Okay, so God, if I do that, and then if I go here, so what about that? I can't do that. Really? You really want me to do that? This is how we talk. You understand? I would rather do that because I'm so intentional about being right. That's just it. Like you said, do I get it wrong? Absolutely. Do I say it wrong? Do I come across wrong? Am I in my me, like you said, Will? Is it too much me? Am I choosing me? Like Angela said, am I choosing me more than I'm choosing the right to operate in the right spirit? Yes, I do that. But again, being God conscious and being intentional, about I'm going to call it ancestry, my lineage. Mama taught me how to say that right, y'all. My lineage. Arlita, you proud of me tonight because I said lineage. I did a live one time and said lineage. She said, girl, a lineage. It was not lineage, but I'm intentional about that so much that when I'm doing it wrong, catch this, I'm uncomfortable. Now I'm uncomfortable because it does not feel like I'm representing my DNA right. And yes, Mama, Corey Post say it's levels to this ish.
For sure.
It is levels to it. But the thing is being intentional. God conscious, be intentional. Do your research. Really take it back to that DNA. I love that. Yeah, wasn't y'all supposed to find the video or something of that day? Will, you and Delisha, y'all had just came from a conference.
Yeah, I can share it on my page, or I can send it to you.
Can you please? Because I think that's what we was waiting on, Simply Lorraine.
Okay. Yes, I can.
I absolutely love how that was delivered, and I want to put that out there, and I think that it is a necessary word for such a time as this. I laugh and joke again, because it's just one of those things where you want to be serious, and you definitely want to be God conscious, but at the end of the day, y'all see, we cool, calm, collected. You don't have to be hyper religious. You don't have to be so churchy that you're trying so hard you're getting it wrong anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. You're trying too hard. You trying so hard that he don't know you and you don't know him. Wow. It's not that serious. I really want to give that to our youth. If nothing else, check your DNA. Check your source.
I want to go back.
Go ahead.
Go back to something that we was talking about earlier when we was talking about how in the music industry, Will was talking about how in the music industry, like they were alone, but understanding that when it's like God in his relationship that he wants with us, it's like so many of us be out here alone or don't really trust people, and we say, well, how you gonna trust a God you can't see? Well, half of us out here don't trust the people we around every day,
right?
So why not give them a chance?
But are we, at the end of the day, I think it's the other way around too. We trust a lot of people we don't even know.
True.
That ain't time tested.
True.
Like he is.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And can't give us the results.
Are willing to open up to everybody but God.
Right. That's the thing. Everybody will check in and try it a million different ways before they try God. Before they try what try Jesus.
But I also, in all fairness, I think it's a lot of people who didn't come from a background where they were talking about God or talk about a relationship with God, or they know God as in you pray to him, you ask him for something and he gives it to you, but not understanding that he has prerequisites. Like he wants a relationship with you in order, there is something he wants from you as well.
And I believe that. I do. I really believe that, and I considered that, and I'm so glad you said that about people that were not taught. I just got this weird belief that everybody has a spirit man. I don't care what you call it. You understand? I don't care what religion or not. Everybody has a spirit man, aka intuition, whatever, that tells you, tap, 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 might not be on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Tap, tap, tap. You ain't gonna be here long. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, again, there's a lot of things that we, I won't say we're self-taught, but then there are some things that we desired so much just because it was something down You know what I'm talking about, Simple Lorraine. It might not have came from my mama. It might not have came from my daddy, but I had a desire to seek.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Some of us, he got to work with a little more. Some of us hard-headed, honey.
Oh, yeah.
And I was most definitely one of those. Like,
baby.
I mean, being given a strong will and then at the same time not really wanting to listen to anybody, he got to constantly get your attention.
But I think, again, it goes back to, and everybody, learn at different levels, but I also think everybody grows at different levels and people get tired at different levels and different seasons in your life. And you ever heard the wiser folks say, y'all see how I did that? The wiser folks say,
yes,
you just got to get tired. And for me, getting tired is you've ran out of options of trying it all these other different ways. And you're going to go back to, like we did the show on, you know what I mean? Just really researching and figuring out and finding out where you come from, who you're connected to.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't plugged in the right source, you're going to lose energy regardless. So it's a process of elimination. Eventually, you're going to choose the right plug. You ever been in a location where it's like a lot of the sockets is messed up, they outdated, they don't work? What you do? You go around unplugging, plugging it in, unplugging, plugging it in. You don't just go right to, well, just let me call an electrician and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever. We're going to go ahead and find a plug that works, right? That's how I see it in my mind for people that weren't taught. He's available. He may not be where we know to find him. You know what I'm saying? For them, but he gonna be found. Eventually, he will. But I think that they will get to it sooner and faster. See, this is where accountability on our end comes in, where we gotta do our part. Where we gotta be able to distinguish the difference in when to mind your own business. And that's on us. Mm-hmm. That's on those that know that I know if it wasn't for. Had it not been.
What they say, why would you not want to serve a God like this? Like, but see, that's somebody who done had an experience or an encounter, somebody that knows, like, I know who he is.
Listen, y'all, this new breed, they different. And to know me like y'all know me, y'all know my kids was raised, we went to church, baby. They know. Brandon stood up there with Jarvis Shaw right beside him, baby. You couldn't tell Brandon he wasn't Samuel, okay? He was Samuel. But something happened along the way where, again, they are the generation of do as I see. Not say, do as I see. So his belief in what he was taught started to shift. Mm-hmm. But when he left this nest, he prayed more than I've ever seen this child pray. He's intentional about a relationship. He seeked. You understand? On his own, he understands the assignment cannot be accomplished without the creator, without understanding the DNA. He understands that. Listen, all by himself. You know what I'm saying? Because he bucked what our tradition in quote unquote religion was taught. He Probably the only kid out of all four that bucked that. He bucked at it. He questioned it. I don't believe that. Why this? Why that? You know, your friend, Simply Ray. That's all I was gonna say. I was gonna give him your nickname, but I'm gonna give him a pass tonight. But he just listened. But God had a way of showing up and still showing him in his language. That's the thing. You know, he's whatever we make him be that is good and powerful and still ends up giving him the glory. He can be cool and hip. He's in rap. He's in worship and praise in the church. He's everywhere. He's that God. And I think we have limited him.
Yeah.
To where we have allowed, and the church has allowed or unconsciously made our youth feel like they don't belong. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, I can't be connected to him. I don't belong. I can't belong to him because I think this way, I move this way, I dress this way, and all of them and they say it's wrong.
But when you just said he was the only one that bucked, like, I don't know. I just have this feeling was he bucking the word or was he bucking religion?
Bucking religion.
Okay.
Because that's what I just said. He literally, I'm glad you asked that. So
yeah, because I get, you know what I'm saying? Like the tradition of it has to be done this way. But if I feel
he found relationship on his own. Let me just bring clarity to that. He found relationship on his own while everyone else were busy, including myself, practicing the religion the way that it was taught based on our tradition. Mm-hmm. He said, I ain't with it.
It's better now than later.
Oh, yes.
That's why I do what I do and move how we. Let me say we. That's why me and my these four walls. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife. That's how we move and why we move the way that we do with the people that we move with. Mm-hmm. Because religion is just that. Mm-hmm. It's
yeah.
I just gotta say it. I just feel it in my, as you would say, Sean and I. Religion doesn't allow the Spirit of God to move freely. That's what it is.
Oh,
I gotta say it. I just gotta
agree with that.
It doesn't allow God to move how He wants to move, when He wants to, where He wants to, how He wants to.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, we limit Him. It limits Him. Those that operate based on policies and procedures.
Mm-hmm. Nowhere in those P's did you say principle.
Hey, God.
You know, hey, I'm
okay.
It is what it is. 'Twas the night before the truth. No, I'm just playing.
For real.
I got my Christmas hat on. I'm feeling myself.
Man, doing religion, and I'm done. Doing religion that's the easy part.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying, to somebody that's real. I pride myself on being, you know, I don't claim to be no internet gangster or no gangster at all, but you know what I'm saying, I claim to be real. I am a real person. You know, I speak truth. I've learned that all truth is God truth. And I plan on and participate in truth. And so religion is just, it's dangerous. It's a sinkhole, you know, and if you know, I'm glad that little bro has decided to speak out, you know, and at least ask questions. I've learned, and I'm learning that confrontation doesn't always mean conflict.
Right.
And if we as leaders can become mature enough to really understand that, I've had numerous leaders tell me, oh, I'm not a confrontational person. Well, are you then a qualified leader at that point? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm not a scholar, professor or professional thinker or nothing like that. But why we can't have a conversation? And I'm not trying to go against your doctrine, and I'm not none of that. But what I'm saying is that there's a group of people out here, i.e., myself, that ain't gonna come to church ever if you continue to do it like this.
If you won't simply answer questions, like I said, you know, Brand had questions. He asked questions. He need answers. If you can't answer it, that's the quickest way to get him off from around you.
Yeah.
If I have a problem, then you should be able to help me solve it. If you're not helping solve the problem, then you're part of the problem. It's that simple. There is no reason why you can't ask questions, and someone that is doing that has been called to do this. Again, if you plug into the right source, you got the answer.
Yeah.
You have the answer. Listen, I am so happy that we were able to do this topic right before, literally as our last show, because it's necessary. And I am praying that 2022 looks way different, especially in this aspect of it. They have questions and they need answers. And when I say they, it is the next generation that does not understand the DNA that is going to sustain them, that's going to sustain us. That's the thing. We have to understand it is not about my mama or my daddy or my granny that I was talking about earlier. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. That's all carnal. That's all fleshly. But when we talk about sustaining, you got to deep dive.
For sure.
And that to me is where it begins. So I'm just praying and hopefully asking everyone as we go into the year 2022 that we are more, I like Corey Post said, God conscious. Just God conscious. We have got to put the fearing God is what keeps us God conscious, and literally it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but when you have, go ahead, Simply Ray.
When you say fearing God, I think we might need to clarify that for somebody when they're like, well, why would you be scared of a God that you can't see? How about just take the time to think about ever if you had to remember on a day that's busy, hectic, things pop up, you know, say your tire's flat or something like that. Say you had to remember to breathe and make your heart pump. Can you do it? And with your day.
That's good.
I would say the fear of God would be not necessarily being you should fear him to a certain degree of scaredness, you know, or something like that. But it would more so be to me, or a different aspect, not necessarily more so, but a different outlook would be having life without him.
Yeah.
That would be the fear of God. My fear is without you. What do I do without your plan?
I don't want to know.
Exactly.
That's what I fear. I ain't got to say no more. There you go.
I don't want to know. But say you're talking to somebody who doesn't know God.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying?
And I'm glad you said that. That was
fear
fair.
of God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How would we say when we say it, fear, not like, oh, I'm so scared of you, but like it's a healthy fear fearfulness of the Creator.
Yeah, fear of losing. It's a relationship, fear of losing you, fear of, us being not in sync. Just think of it as for those, who don't know. If we're speaking to those who don't know, use it in terms of relationship. Like I said, not being in sync, the relationship being one-sided. You should fear this being a one-sided relationship.
Right.
You should fear that he doesn't see it your way, or that you don't see it his way. You should fear that. No need to fear. Yeah, I just read a comment on there. Absolutely. But yeah, just like I said, to a certain degree. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
My reference of fear is in the sense of respect. Like I used the analogy earlier with your elder. When we put the level of respect there are just certain things you won't do, or say to your mother or your grandmother or your aunt or your uncle. Because at the end of the day, number one, your norm is respecting them. That's the thing. But your history has told you, or remind you that when you got out of line, you were corrected by these people that now you have a choice to respect or not, but that's your norm. And so again, my opinion is that there are certain levels to it, and there is a certain aspect that where fear will last longer than love, than anything else. There are certain aspects in your life where yes, it will. You're gonna remember that. And so I feel like, again, there is without being the fear, or i.e. the level of respect, without that, people are not conscious. And if you have nothing that holds you, which is what I was going to say earlier, Simply Ray, if you have nothing that holds you accountable to anything, whether it's a consequence or a reward, if you have nothing that holds you accountable, you do not have a why. You don't have a who, and you don't have a why. I think that I seen it earlier. We're doomed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. There are certain things. I'm 41 years old, and if y'all know me, you've seen me posted before. I do not curse in front of my elders. I don't. Do I cuss? Absolutely. Pretty bad. He working on me. But pretty bad. Sometimes. It's my kids, y'all. It ain't me. It's my kids. But what I'm saying is, I can be conscious around my mother. I can be conscious around my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I can be conscious when I'm at church, not to do it around the clergy or certain pastors, people, ministers, apostles. I can be conscious about it, not to do it. I'm disciplined enough not to do it. Mm-hmm. What if we thought that same way about God? In everything we did, considered him. Because my mom is not around or my grandmother is not around. And this is me having a conversation as we speak, self-checking myself. So because these people are not around, or I'm not in a church, or I'm not in an environment where I'm conscious enough not to do it, I act like God ain't always around me. If I'm being honest, right? Mm-hmm. He's always there. They don't deserve more respect than him, respectfully speaking. But I'm not conscious about the things that I won't do to people in the flesh that I'll do in the spirit, and I'm comfortable doing it. Because somebody has instilled a certain amount of fear in me or respect in me for not crossing this boundary.
Mm-hmm.
And so Angela says, Miss Kelly says, I get what you are saying. I like respect better because fear is fear and can cause blockages. Okay, so, let me finish reading it before I respond to that. It is a safe place. Correcting behavior should be firm. This should be firm. This consequence and accountability, but not fear. And that is her opinion. And I like that. I want to go back to where you said fear and can cause blockages. There is absolutely, for me, blockage is a boundary you're not willing to cross when it comes to certain people and even in the spirit. That's the thing. When you literally just proved, or you explained, you gave the clarity for what I intend for this to mean when I say it, which is there has to be a boundary you're not willing to cross. And in my opinion, I see that too many people are comfortable. And when I say comfortable, they are comfortable disrespecting God. Nobody is on his level. It ain't levels to this. It's just, it ain't a level that nobody should ever feel comfortable with disrespecting on any level. And it's too many people are. Look around. Just literally, if you just look around, there's spurts there's just spurts of Sodom and Gomorrah here and there, and just confusion, and people just, we're not gonna go there tonight. They comfortable. That's the thing. It's not even a matter of fear, like, oh, I'm scared. It's a matter of like you said, it's verbiage, but what we both, I'll say, can agree on is that the behavior has to be corrected. And there has to be an understanding that there has to be a consequence. When you, and that goes back to, I believe I made that statement, didn't I? When people don't feel like there's a consequence, whether it's a good, bad, it could be a reward. When there's nothing that keeps you in these boundaries. What happens when there's no boundary? That's what I'm talking about. There's no boundary. It is what it is. Just no boundaries. So it's my opinion. Like I said, we ain't professional. Miss Kelly, thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. I like when y'all talk back to us. I really do. She said you should be able to go to God as you are, not as you think you should. He know all. He knows you, so it wouldn't matter. You can't go to him fake when he knows you. There are no boundaries with God.
God doesn't have boundaries, but we should.
Thank you.
We're not saying that like in the,
he doesn't limit us.
Bible right. says he will never leave you nor forsake you.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no fear. No, but if he, let's just say for someone who doesn't know him, if he never leaves you nor forsakes you, then that means everything you've ever done, even the things you think nobody's ever seen or will ever know, he sees and he knows. So that's what we mean by a boundary and a fear of God, and knowing like those things that we think as human beings sometimes we sneakily do, or those things that we don't ever want to tell anybody. He knows, he sees. It's not just there's nothing that you can hide. So if you can't have respect for somebody that you can't trick, you can't hide nothing from, there is no getting over, there is no manipulation, there's nothing you can do that you can do in this fleshly form and get away with it with him like we do with each other.
And it goes, yeah. And I think it goes back to, again, being right. And it just left me, and Lord, please give it back to me. Because I think there's a misunderstanding of fear. I think What we're saying is he's the king of all kings. How you treat your cousin when you hanging out with your cousin, I hope, I don't know, everybody raised differently, or your homegirl. I'm not like that with my mother. I'm not like that with my grandmother. Why? Because there's a certain level of respect. There's certain boundaries that I absolutely will not cross. So when we start talking about, let me go back to, I mentioned earlier, rappers. I got sons that rap. I am making my sons be conscious about what they are putting in the atmosphere, because they have a duty and a purpose in their calling, in their gifting. The gift is the gift, but how they use it has to be for his good. And that's real. His good is the only thing that is real. But God's purpose is the only thing that is real. And Miss Kelly, you made a statement and you were talking about being fake and all of that. But let me explain something to you. At the end of the day, it's not about being fake. It's not about him not knowing, like Simply Lorraine said. You said you can't go to him fake. You said he knows all. He knows you. So it wouldn't matter. That's the thing that, again, my opinion, just because we can, just because we know we can go to God naked, transparent, and say, Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. A doormat wears out from being stepped on. Even if he has to go to the extent of taking his hands off of you, he should never have to go to the level where he got to take his hands off of you for you to take him serious, for you to respect him, for you to understand that he is the Alpha, the Omega. He is the King of all kings. You don't treat kings the same way you treat peasants. It is levels to this. So at the end of the day, I do believe that what I'm saying is we've got to put the God conscious and the God respect. I'll change the word fear, because I want you to hear me and not that word. I want you to understand, not me. I want you to understand the spirit of it all. It's the respect level that people are missing. That sounds better. I like that. I agree with you, Miss Kelly.
Yes, ma'am.
It's the respect level that people is missing. I gave the analogy, and like Will said, I talk about myself first. I'm more conscious about my mother and my grandmother, who God created, than I am about God himself, respecting him. Because he ain't sitting here in the flesh. I just told y'all my mouth crazy sometimes. I cuss. But not around my mama, not around the elders. That's what I'm talking about. If I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it right, like Will said. Because if it ain't right, it's wrong. So we're just talking about being right in doing things decent and in order. And a part of doing things decent and in order is we have to first start with him. Everything starts with him. There is absolutely boundaries. God is not setting boundaries, but we are saying, I love and respect you too much to disrespect you.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Will, help me on the day.
No, let's just say, go ahead, Simply Lorraine.
I started smiling, not that I thought something was funny, but when you kept talking about boundaries, the thought just popped in my mind. Let's just say the oceans didn't have no boundaries. What would we do?
Right.
Like, what would we do without boundaries? If some things didn't have a point that they couldn't pass.
Right. And Miss Kelly, I agree with you. Um, I don't know that this has anything to do. I think that they're two different um conversations. I don't think that you can be authentic with respect. You can be authentic and, understand who he is. When they say, when you talk to me, put some respect on it. That's all I'm saying. You can be yourself because that's what Simply Lorraine was explaining. Ain't no hiding from God regardless. He already knows what you're going to say and do and think before you say it. But before you do it and before you say it, out of respect for him. And it's funny, and I don't know you and I don't know your age, but I get that a lot. This right here, this same comment that she made, I get that a lot from the younger people. In their mind, they think God know me. He know me. He know how I am. I'm being me. 47. Okay. Well, I get that a lot from the younger people. I'm just being me. Just because you can don't mean you should. Does it make sense? He know you. Yes, he does. But put some respect on it. I ain't gonna change. I ain't gonna sway on that one. Put some respect on it. It's that simple. My husband is a full-fledged adult, and he will tell you right now. He in his 40s. He'll tell you right now, don't cuss around my mama. And my mama like, that's a grown man. He can do what he wants. Don't cuss around my mother. I need you to deep dive on this one. Because I'm not talking about I am talking literal in that scenario. But I'm just talking about there are certain boundaries.
Her last thing, it says, I understand where you're coming from. All I'm saying is go to him authentic. That's all.
No, I read it. I read it. Okay. Yeah, I read it. And in this case, I think that we understand. I think it's just a misunderstanding of.
I think what we're trying to say is don't take advantage of grace and mercy.
Thank you.
And understanding who God is and then wanting to have a relationship with him and building a relationship with him, then there should be change. You should not be who you are today in 4 or 5 years now. You should not be who you are today. And if we're constantly growing and changing, I might not be who I am today, tomorrow.
Right.
So there should be at some point a change that happens to where it's not like, well, he just knows who I am. It's the wanting to grow, the wanting to change, the wanting, like you would want to please your parents or you know what I'm saying, get to a point to where you want, you know what I mean, just the accolades from your father, from being who he wants you to be. It's not just who you want to be. The purpose in a relationship, a relationship with God should bring about change for sure.
Absolutely. And we're gonna go ahead and move on from this because we know Will has been being daddy and uncle and hubby and everything. You've had a busy week, and I appreciate again all the comments. Talk back to us. We'll talk to you. Talk to us. We'll talk back to you. So I thank you, Miss Kelly, for that. And I love the dialogue. We're here for that. It's not. It's just one of those things where we all have to, long as we understand that we're here for the right cause, for the right reason, which is to be God conscious, which is to ensure, like Tasha Cobbs has a song, I'm consciously, a lyric in her song, I'm consciously pursuing you. And that's what you were just saying, Simply Lorraine. We are consciously pursuing you. We're consciously choosing, every day to be better for you, to be wiser for you. And so long as I think that's the ultimate goal, be yourself. But every day I wake up and I want to do something today that I didn't do yesterday. I want to do something better today that I didn't do yesterday. So that's my goal. Everybody got different goals and different dreams and aspirations in life, but that's my goal. I just want to wake up, and if I should fall and get back down, at the end of the day, after everything he's done for me, I don't have enough tongues, enough time to tell it all. The least I could do is be respectful. Be respectful, consciously pursue him. And like you said, make it a daily goal in life just to be what he's called me to be and serve my purpose for his glory. Yeah, we gotta get out of here, y'all. I gotta let this man go. Will, it is always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to on this line. She gonna have to sing me a note, a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5.
We didn't have nobody to watch. We just had our nephew over here, and so we had a couple family members over, and they should be asleep, but I don't know if Children's Church is quite over yet. They might still be running around, but it's always a pleasure, and I love the dialogue.
She's still woke. You still woke.
Oh boy.
You want to sing me Silent Night? I told you I got my Christmas hat on.
That's funny. We finna go. Never mind. I ain't even gonna tell you.
No, y'all. It has been a pleasure.
Play some tank.
So, listen. What is before y'all go? Tell me. Can we do pet peeve before we go? Just one, Will.
I did pet peeve last time. I'll do it again though. I'll do it again. That's funny. Oh, I ain't saying nothing, bro.
Dolly said, "Get your life." That's what she said. Alicia said, "Get your life." Christmas. Give me a Christmas pet peeve. That's it. We're going.
I'll let Simply the Ray go first. Or one of y'all.
I can't even think of a Christmas pet peeve. I don't even really have one right now.
That people do that just irritates you around the holiday season. It doesn't have to be technically Christmas.
I'll say this. Why y'all be buying stuff that don't got nothing to do with your life?
With your life? What? I'm confused.
Like, stuff just be sold out. Like, everything should not be sold out. Like, I know people don't be using everything. Like, come on now. It just be too much sometimes. Like, it should be just don't be buying everything, man.
Everything.
2 and 3 of this, 2 and 3 of that. Like, man.
For what? For what? For what? I get that. I totally get that. I get that. Yeah. Like leaves. But I think being in this industry, I realized, because I've heard it all day today, especially. I'm just gonna get it, and they can bring it back and exchange it, or they can bring it back and get the money. So let me tell you something. In retail, my life, honestly, in this season begins where I start living my best life. It's literally after Christmas, when everybody then return their gifts and they got their little gift cards and they want to come and spend. Listen, I'm living my best life after Christmas, because what you said, people are just grabbing stuff. They just grabbing stuff. Let me tell y'all my pet peeve. I'm sick of Thanksgiving dinner for Christmas.
Right. I guess
Mama, I'm sick of. I want no turkey. I don't want no ham. I don't want it. Mama, I don't want it. Yeah, why? We have got to get a new holiday meal, Black folks.
Fair enough.
Gotta get a new holiday meal. I mean, unless you like my husband, and at this point, he's like, listen, if somebody is cooking for me all this food, I won't complain. But for me, because typically I am the body. It's me. I'm the body. I don't want it. Because we don't eat it that much anymore. Like, what we get? A good day out of it. We're gonna eat one more day. And by day 3, it's over with.
Yeah, New Year, we got to get something else running around.
And then, okay, New Year's, we got the black eyed peas and your spoonful of that. I just listen. I'm gonna start researching
religion, religion
and tradition and all of that. Yeah, we got to come up with something new. But anyhow, we will not be back until February 2022, and we are coming bigger, better, stronger. And I'm here for it. So I hope you guys continue to follow us. We will continue to live stream on Facebook and YouTube at Single Moms Lifestyle, Single Moms to Wives, Saturday Night Getaway. If you guys have any ideas, show ideas, or would like to be guests on the show, Dalisha, I'm looking for my song. All that. If you, my mama said, neither do I. I know, Mama, we got to get us a new list.
I got a pet peeve for the people. I'm saying this for all the people out there. My pet peeve would be, why be mad at somebody if they don't pretend like they like your gift and they know they gonna take it back?
I can't stand.
Why be upset with somebody like they not being nice because they not pretending that they just love something that they don't.
Girl, I just talked about that.
They gonna re-gift or they gonna take back or just plain give away. Like, sorry, but
I told one of my customers, that today in the store. I said, she was saying like, no, because he'll tell you if he doesn't like it. I said, oh, he sounded like my son when Brandon was little, like, most kids have an attitude like, thank you. No, Brandon literally open it up and be like, I don't like it. And I'm like, what? You don't like it? Like, he was hurtful. He hurt my feelings a lot. So yeah. I guess maybe we should make that a new norm. I don't like it, but I'm the cat queen at this point. I'm just not doing it. My tree is empty. It's gonna stay.
Get you some gift cards.
Royal Air, shop Royal Air. We do have gift cards.
Absolutely. We coming for. I tell you that every time I be trying not to tell you every time you post something, but we coming.
I know y'all are. Listen, I understand everything done at God's speed. Y'all listen, stay in touch with us. We'll still be posting different things. We might even go live, just chit-chatting on nothing really, major, no hot topics. But we are gonna prepare, and I'm gonna rest in this season because I keep having people tell me Jesus rested. So
yes, he did.
Speaking of levels, that is not my segment of the message. That's not my lane. I am not Jesus. So if he rested and I am under, then I know I need to.
He was definitely sleep on the boat.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely get rejuvenated and just recharge, and we'll be back in February. Please know y'all can email us singlemomslifestyleradio@gmail.com for any topics or anyone that wants to be on the show. We would love to have you. Until then, thank you so much, Will, Dalisha, for letting us borrow your husband again.
I want to get me and her on here for the love month in February if we can make that happen.
You want to do what?
Get me and Dalisha on here for the love month.
Anytime. Y'all know I'm here for it because y'all minds is everything. So I'm here for it. We're going to make that happen. Simple Ray, where your calendar at? Because I didn't say I was going to have one. Put that on your calendar, okay? For us.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all, we love y'all. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Happy Hanukkah. And Happy New Year. Did I cover them all?
I think so.
Ma'am.
Enough. All right. Kiss the babies. Congratulations on the twins.
Thank
you. We love y'all. It's time for us to get out of here with my son's son, HBK Rome. Y'all, he had a whole conversation with me about not calling him or my other son, Ed, they names, their pet names and all of that, but it is what it is. They don't tell me what to do. Love y'all. Good night.
Love y'all too.
Good night.
Letter to my mama, letter to my mama, letter to my best friend. I know your love run deep, it'll never end. She taught me how to cook, she taught me how to clean. My dude's the realest one that is on my team, never ever picking sides. She taught me how to rise, taught me how to be a leader, never ever follow God, son, always follow God. She taught me how to pray, right before I eat, and right before I lay, don't be scared to make mistakes. She taught me that it's human, so I'ma be like Nike, and just do it, anything I wanna do. I know my mama, she gon' rock, yeah. She say never fear no men, only fear God, yeah. So I'ma walk around with my head high in these fear guys. My mama, she gon' be straight, I put that on my God. And I kill 100 niggas before I ever see you cry. I love you, mama. It's a letter to my mama, letter to my best friend. I know your love run deep, it'll never end. She taught me how to cook, she taught me how to clean. My dude's the realest one that is on my team, never ever picking sides. She taught me how to rise, taught me how to be a leader, never ever follow God, son, always follow God. She taught me how to pray, right before I eat, and right before I lay, don't be scared to make mistakes. She taught me that it's human, so I'ma be like Nike, and just do it, anything I wanna do. I know my mama, she gon' rock, yeah. She say never fear no men, only fear God, yeah. So I'ma walk around with my head high in these fear guys. My mama, she gon' be straight, I put that on my God. And I kill 100 niggas before I ever see you cry. I love you, mama. It's a letter to my mama, letter to my best friend. I know your love run deep, it'll never end. She taught me how to cook, she taught me how to clean. My dude's the realest one that is on my team, never ever picking sides. She taught me how to rise, taught me how to be a leader, never ever follow God, son, always follow God. She taught me how to pray, right before I eat, and right before I lay, don't be scared to make mistakes. She taught me that it's human, so I'ma be like Nike, and just do it, anything I wanna do. I know my mama, she gon' rock, yeah. She say never fear no men, only fear God, yeah. So I'ma walk around with my head high in these fear guys. My mama, she gon' be straight, I put that on my God. And I kill 100 niggas before I ever see you cry. I love you, mama.